So now let's talk about emotional skills, right? So another skill you have to practice while you're in the student life and a lot when you're later life is helpfulness to fellow students. You have to make that a goal because it helps you practice and understand how good your understanding is. It benefits you and them. Your friend doesn't get it. Not even your friend doesn't get it. He says, let me see if I can explain it to you. So how much have you understood so far? They'll say this much. Okay. So if you understood this, then this is the next step like this. Okay. And then you explain to them the way you overcame your hiccup to understand that concept. And if that doesn't work, then you say, okay, what's your hiccup? And once they explain their hiccup, you go, oh, so your friction was at a different place. Mine was here. That doesn't apply to you. Let me remove your friction. And that takes my creativity to go to that. So I just applied the knowledge I learned in a new way. I became better, more confident. My understanding became more clear. And of course, you benefited him. And now you have a friend or you have a friendly relationship with a person who may, he'll look after you, will be a friend to you.
And this can be achieved in a group study too.
In a group study or a separate, just in classroom. You can see some kid asked a question to the teacher and based on that question, he obviously doesn't get the concept. And the teacher gave an answer and the light bulb didn't go on, but he said, no point asking again. He'll repeat the same thing. So at the end of the class, you go, I was struggling with that concept too. Helpfulness to your fellow students. Okay. And I know I'm so glad you asked the question because I had to work really hard. If you have a minute, I can explain it to you or later you tell me. And the kid will go, okay. And you explain it to them. Right?
Yes.
So you look for opportunities to be helpful because it helps you in so many ways and it gives you a whole bunch of social knowledge, which is also part of learning. Okay, so if I go in that direction, that's a whole different subject. Okay. Now, another thing to understand is that your colleagues in your grade aren't really competing with you to get into a good college. Your competition is not your friends. You may think it is, but completely wrong. There are more than enough spaces everywhere where you're applying for your entire class to land there. Right? If nobody wants that, but I'm just saying. Okay. So don't think your colleague is your friend, is your enemy, is your competition. In fact, it's better you both teach each other and together go someplace. You both have a much better chance of achieving success with your friends than by competing with your friends. Just statistics. So if you don't believe me, trust me. Teachers have told me this. Admission counselors have told me this. In fact, in the US, when you're applying for college admission, they say we don't even look at your grade competition. Your competition is the couple years before you, 2 years, 1 year before you, how those kids did when they entered my college. Say the 1 or 2 years batches above you went to that particular nice university and screwed up badly. They hurt you. Now, in your batch, they're going to take very few students because they go on past result. They don't go on current result. Say they did really well. Now, even more students from your school will be given admission because those products turned out to be a good product.
Wow.
Admissions counselors keep a track of where the good teachers are in all the schools across the high schools in the US.
Oh, is that right?
And they say that physics teacher produces really good product. So next time someone applies there, we're going to give them a scholarship because they're generally really good. Oh. They don't tell you any of this.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not your competition. Your competition is not your colleagues. That's my point to you.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Then, yeah. So emotional fortitude is something that you need to build and we'll cover more about that because that's an end product. So that's what we're trying to build here. So let's go to something else. Respect for others is a concept that needs to be taught to you and you need to learn that. And respecting is a difficult thing to understand. It's a difficult concept.
And Sandeep, we have to do an entire show on respect in our future.
Okay, good idea.
Shows. Yes.
Yeah. But here in this part, respect should be that somebody helps you, you feel grateful. You help someone else, you feel grateful that you got a chance to teach them. If they feel grateful that you taught them, good, that's theirs. not yours. You're grateful they let you teach them. Why? Because you're not really officially a teacher. You got to practice and learn some skill for free. And maybe some of your concepts got cleared. Now, if that person is really grateful, good. Say you are in the tutoring club of your school. Most tutoring clubs are free, but sometimes some people pay. Either way, you got something back, but it's still a privilege. Okay. So respect here just means this part. Meaning respect the people that you're learning from, even if they're not your friends. Why? Because the people that you're learning from are your true friends. Not the people who have hoo-ha and party with you. That's not your friendship. That's just social networking. Keep the two separate. Social networking, socializing, and friendships are two different things. Friendship is that which looks after you in the long, long run, not just today. Say some person I don't like much helps me learn some core concept that helps me for the next 30 years. He was truly being a friend to me. And my hoo-ha friends who are partying with me and smoking this and partying that, I learned nothing. Or I learned maybe I should not avoid having friends like that.
Yes.
Then you have to be grateful to them. You say, oh my God, I'm so glad I met this guy who thought like Charvak, eat, drink and be merry. I'm so glad I saw it, and now I know, avoid all Charvaks. Avoid people whose God is going to some distillery. Right? I visited the brewery in St. Louis where they make Budweiser. Really? That's your temple? Nice to know. Right? Who do you respect? That's how so values is where you build your friendship. Right? Hoo-ha is okay. I'm not saying don't have hoo-ha, don't have friends. Yeah, have social life. But don't confuse the two. You must socialize. You must have, you must enjoy. Celebration is an important part of life.